Yo, what is up? It's your boy coming in with another video. Hope you enjoy. So today what I want to do is I'm going to be reviewing the Elegy Retro Custom, better known as the Nissan Skyline in real life. And this car is just amazing. I mean, I love it. This is one of my favorite cars to drive around in the game, if not the favorite. Let's get into it. So the cool thing that Rockstar did with it is, you know, Nissan, what they do is they'll make a car and then they'll make a model after that to buff it a little bit and so on. For example, when I did my review on the, Annis ZR380, I told you guys it's mixed with a 350 and a 370Z, which are pretty much identical cars, minus a few little tiny, you know, specs. I mean, you know what I mean? It is identical pretty much, besides, you know, they might have made the 370 a little more aerodynamic, or, you know, etc. So, they're pretty much the same car, and what Rockstar did with this was, they mixed the R32, the R33, and the R34 all together to make this awesome body style. Most of you know that, you know, every car in GT Online is not 100% the exact model of what they're trying to get at. They always have to mix it for copyright reasons. I mean, they could get big lawsuits against them if they use the exact car. Not sure how all that goes because I'm not a game creator, but I'm pretty sure the game has to be not violent, and we all know GTA is very violent, because I know car brands, they don't want, you know, their stuff being advertised in a negative way in a game where you could go around and kill and stuff. That could very poorly, you know, advertise their cars. So they can't use real names and can't exactly make the car body style and all that. As well, I'm pretty sure you gotta pay the car companies if you're gonna use their cars, you know, if their brand. If you're gonna use cars from their brand, you gotta pay them a good sum of money. Rockstar did use real car names and everything back in Midnight Club, but that was a real racing game, of course. So in GTA is more of a sandbox game. It's kind of like Kill, do whatever you want. If you're into racing, you can race too. That all works, but you know what I mean? They just can't use the real car names. But overall, I think Rockstar did amazing with this car, and I just love it. So first thing I want to go over is body style on it. Body style on this car, I got it rated a 10 out of 10. Not many will get a full 10 out of 10 on body styles, because I just feel like Rockstar doesn't do much with them. But the way they laid it out, mixing all three together, is, you know, amazing. And the cool thing is they point towards different models. For example, the hood on here, you know, if you put this exact one, I think it's called the ducted hood. If you put this exact hood on there, that is from the Nissan R34 Spec 2, I believe. That's the exact model and everything. The R34 had a lot of models. They had like the GTT, that's like the rear wheel drive version, so I don't think it handles as good or something. There's other features too why the GTT, it's a lot. I don't even know if the GTT is boosted from factory. But then there's the GTR, of course, and then they have different specs. So yeah, anyways, it's from the Spec 2 though, and it's a really cool hood. So if you put that hood on, it points towards, you know, you trying to make a R34 over the other ones. But then the spoiler I have on here is from the R32. I just mixed them because, you know, I'm trying to make it as clean as possible, and a lot of the stock options for the car just fit it a lot better, you know. So even if I have a mix, you know, an R34 hood on an R32 spoiler, the way they blended the body style together in general, they all go with it pretty amazingly. So yeah, body styles are 10 out of 10, no doubt. I mean, they went over and beyond on this. This is before they got lazy. Speed on it. See, it's so hard when I do this because I think I rate some cars too high and some too low. The speed on this car is honestly a solid 8 out of 10. And if the Supra or anything got a higher than that on speed, then I'm sorry, but that's just, it's nothing against the car. It's when I'm driving it, you can tell there's a lot faster cars. I do think the Supra has I definitely know the Supra's faster. Like, if you go on one of them stunt races that people make, where it's 100% flat, no bumps or anything, the Supra actually is faster than the Skyline. The only thing is bumps speed up the Skyline and slow down the Supra because of the handling flags or whatever they're called on the Supra. So therefore, I mean, yeah, but still 8 out of 10, I would say, because there's a lot of sports cars that are faster and whatnot, which kind of sucks because this car is amazing, and you can make Skylines like 2,000 horsepower in real life, just like you can in the Supra. You can make Skylines a lot of horsepower if you build them up right. and you know, GTA obviously gets smoked by a lot of things in a straight line. But I think, you know, overall, it's a very fun car to drive, and the speed doesn't bother me because it's not slow. It's pretty quick still. And you can do a little glitch with it if you stance it and you kick the back tires in just enough. You can make it do like 160, which is actually like really quick in GTA. So you can go down the airport and beat a pariah with it if you do the little glitch. The only problem with that is when you kick the fenders in, the rear window breaks and it looks all beat up. So you're kind of racing with a beat up looking Skyline. That's the only downfall. But it is cool that this car has a bug in the game, or whatever you want to call it, a little glitch. Because a lot of cars really don't. You know what I mean? A lot of cars, if you can do that with and they won't go. So it's kind of funny that the car that you do on 2,000 horsepower and you can pretty much make it like that and beat any supercar, pariah, all that. But yeah, so speed's just an 8 out of 10 normally. I'm not talking about stance, but that is a cool feature. Handling, I'm going to give the handling a 9.5 out of 10. I love the way it handles. It never slips out on me, and I do track races. So when I say handling, I'm talking about straight up track, you know, turning, quick turns, sharp turns, everything this thing dominates. It's an all-wheel drive, so it's basic. So it is a GTR for sure. It's not a GTT. It's all-wheel drive, but it never spins out on me. I never have any issues with it. It sticks to the ground like it's riding on rails. I mean, 9.5 out of 10 on handling. I honestly love it. It's best, dude. I beat anything. You can beat pariahs in sport races as long as there's enough turns and not too many straight drags. Because the pariah handles like shit compared to this car. I'm not going to lie. This car, handling-wise, so on a track, that's where this car dominates. If you buy one, take it to the track. Don't say, you know, unless you want to do the little speed glitch and say, meet me at the airport, you can beat a pariah's ass. But, for sure, though, you know, take it to the track and you'll dominate, you know, in like an actual race if you start with like someone who made a nice track. But if you want, I can make a video showing you how to do the glitch. It's fairly easy. So just go in the comments if you want and say, show me the glitch or something, you know, and if it's in demand, I can make a video showing you guys how to do it perfect. So you can go and beat a pariah's ass and make them all whine because they don't have the fastest sports car in the game. I'm just joking. Customization on this car, I'm going to have to give it a 10 out of 10. This is way before Rockstar got lazy. I mean, I cannot wait to show you. There's so many options if you take it down to Benny's. You get the car for free, actually, though, as the base GTR, just a regular Elegy RH8. You get that for free as long as you're on Social Club. If you're not on Social Club, I recommend doing it because then you're going to have to pay $90K for the base model, which, what's the point of paying $90K if you could take 5 minutes out of your day, register on Social Club? Mostly everyone's on Social Club. I'm talking for lower ranked people if they're car enthusiasts. You know, you could go on there, sign up for take 5 minutes to sign up, and then get it for free instead of paying $90K. It's well worth it. But yeah, and once you do that, you can take it down to Benny's and pay $900K to get it upgraded, or I think you can do it in your arena now and upgrade it, or in your CEO office garage thing. So any of those work as well. But yeah. Bumpers, you know what I mean, decent amount. I just kind of went with the painted extended, which I kind of like the stock. I don't know, I like the extended too. The extended's pretty clean. I might go back with the stock though. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep the extended on there for now. Rear bumpers, there's not much. I keep it stock. They have no rear body kits. It's all splitters, which I've never been a splitter fan. But overall, the reason I'm giving it a 10 out of 10 is you can customize this, you know, if you don't want an intercooler, if you want one. And as far as the intercooler goes, you could pick, there's so many different intercoolers you could pick. You got the full, you got the big. I mean, that's cool stuff. That's little stuff that matters. It's not just like the Supra, where when you do put the intercooler on, it's just one intercooler, doesn't say anything. It's just a no-name, kind of like this one right here. That's all the Supra has is this one. But this one, you can choose if you want fans, all that. Little stuff like that really matters to me. Chassis, I mean, you got all these headlight trims, which all of them are pretty bad looking in my opinion, but if you want, you can put window reflectors on it. Fenders, they got all these different fenders. The wide body looks pretty damn cool on it, but I don't like the bolts in it, so that's why I didn't choose that. In an engine, this is also why customization. I mean, you can do chrome, carbon, you know, paint of the car. You know, you got all these different 13 different strut braces to pick from. Strut bars is what I call them in real life. So I don't know what I call them. I guess brace works. Exhaust, you got a bunch. The only ones I like is the single because that's what it really has in real life. So yeah, but they got all those different options. So anyways, you know, if you choose, you can pick the surround on there. I mean, Benny's cars were the shit when they, you know, came out. You got all these different hood pins and whatnot. So that's awesome. You can pick your hood pins. There's 13 different hoods. Pretty much like, what, 6 of them are not carbon fiber and 6 are, not included, you know, because the stock code I'm not counting. But then the interior comes into play. I mean, you get it. You could take it down here for yourself and see. I don't know why I'm spending 100 minutes on this. I don't need to spend an hour talking about this. But regardless, this car has amazing customization. And you know, you can come see that for yourself down here. I mean, just everything. Regardless, though, it has so much. You can do the Sparko seats, the Sparko steering wheel, the boost gauges, the temperature gauge, the RPM gauge. I mean, everything. Like, this car's interior is so badass. Look, I got the Sparko NOS steering wheel on there, which please, hopefully, one day they add NOS to it. You could pick the light color on your gauges, your RPM gauges and everything. Actually, every cluster gets a color, too. So yeah, I just think overall it's pretty damn amazing being able to pick the color. And like I said, you know, you got the RPM gauge, you know, the boost gauges right there, and then all that's oil, fuel. Not sure how many of them work over there. I don't really pay attention because I'm not looking to the right of the car, so I don't even know if any of them work over there. I don't think they're functional over there. But regardless, for looks, they still look awesome. Being able to have cool stuff like that on your dash, it just makes you feel better when racing. I mean, this is the normal stance right there, and you can still see a few of the gauges and the big RPM gauge in first person. So I mean, you know, that's me not looking around the car, nothing. That is stock standard view. Then you can look down if you want while driving and see the steering wheel as well. Oh, I was looking over there, so I did misjudge the road. But yeah, I mean, it is awesome. Exhaust sound on this, I don't know, I guess I'll give it like an 8.5 out of 10. Not perfect, but I do think they did well with it. The Supra kind of sounds like a Honda Civic in my opinion. At least this exhaust sound sort of sounds JDM, you know, like a 6-cylinder would. And I'm not hating on the way a Honda Civic sounds, but I just don't think 2JZ engine Supra should be sounding like it has a little 4-cylinder, and I just think it doesn't fit the car at all. But yeah, I mean, overall, this car is just awesome and amazing, and I love it. I mean, wow, you could do so much to it. I'll get out. I mean, you can do carbon fiber, the doors, the whole dash if you want. But yeah, then you got the NOS tank right there, the Sparko seats, what the racing harness is. Like, dude, this car is badass all the way. And this is why Benny's was the shit. And, because you could do all this, you know? You could pick from Recaro seats. I mean, of course, they don't say it on them because, like I said, they can't use real brands in the game without paying them or whatever. But you can tell they have, like, Momo Italy style seat, Recaro style seats, and I picked these ones because they look the most like Sparko. That's what they're highly based off of, is Sparko. But it's just awesome being able, because, you know, the Supra got them cheap PS3 seats, which I already ranted about. This car is just awesome. It's not, you know what I mean, when I drive this around, I just think they did a lot better with it. It took a lot more time than they did with the Supra. Hopefully one day the Supra gets an upgrade, but I never see that happen. Rockstar pretty much drop Benny's. But I just enjoy driving this car around very much, and it looks amazing, you know what I mean? It drives amazing. I just love it. I mean, hell, it sticks to the road in the rain pretty damn good. You know what I mean, for real, and that's the rain. Like, I just think this car is awesome. Of course, with all those customizations, you see a lot of people ricing out their skylines. And my definition of rice is actually a lot more lenient than others, because I've always been a fan of, you know, liveries, which in real life, I call them decals, but I just so you guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, in the game, they're called liveries. You can call them whatever the fuck you want, I guess, to be fully honest with you. I mean, look at this guy in a stock GTR. I think he's cool. You can call them whatever you want, the liveries, decals, whatever. But anyways, you can put the decals on your car, and I do not think that's rice at all. Body kits, I've always loved them. I feel like they make them unique, and that's the best thing about a car. You don't want it to look stock. You want it to look unique. as long as it doesn't look like you're doing like overly, as long as, you know, nice body kit, whole, you know, name brand, on the Walmart body kit, of course. Not no, you know, I'm talking like a nice Bomex body kit or Veal side. You know, it doesn't even have to be wide body. I'm just talking front, side skirts, rear bumper, all that. I'm cool with it all the way as long as it's name brand, good looking shit. You know, especially Bomex. They made very bomb body kits in their day, and I know body kits aren't really a thing anymore, so I don't even know if Bomex is still in you know, manufacturing parts, but in the early 2000s when they did, I'll buy a used Bomex body kit off eBay and paint and throw it on my car, you know what I mean? No doubt, in real life I'm talking. You know, I just always been a fan of body kits and decals. It gives your stuff, you know, flavor, I think. And a lot of people hate me for that, and there's just certain things that I consider right, you know what I mean? Keep it clean. Now, I'm not a fan of roof scoops and all that. The only car I'd actually put a roof scoop on is an Eclipse, and that's just because I seen Brian's. If I had his exact roof scoop, if you look up Fast and Furious 1 Eclipse, the roof scoop on that, for some reason, just blends in with the car. It doesn't look like it's just stuck on there and, you know, like glued. You know what I'm saying? You know, it actually looks like it could blend with the car, and that's why I like Brian's roof scoop. But besides that, I've never liked another roof scoop in my life. So, pretty much overall, roof scoops are dead for me, except for that one. But yeah, I mean, this car is just amazing, and I love it, and I had to do a review on it, and I knew this review would take like 20 minutes. I don't know where I'm at on this video right now, but this review needs to be done right. You know what I mean? This is a car that definitely needs the time of day, and I need to say everything I need to about it, or else I'll feel like I half-assed the video, just like Rockstar half-asses their Jester Classic, you know? It just isn't right. I mean, but this car is just awesome. Got that little Elegy sticker up there, by the way. You know, I got my Nissan shirt on, my GTA version of Nissan, I mean the Annis. You know what I mean? I got that shirt on, so that's pretty dope. You had to log on a certain week in GTA to get it. So I'm glad that I got my own shirt to rock with the Skyline. Looks nice when I'm racing it too, because, you know, I got the shirt on. But yeah, I mean, this car is one of my favorites, like, to drive around in the city. Like I said, if not my favorite. They did this car 100%. I mean, I wouldn't have asked for anything more. I'm content 100% with this car. Whereas other cars, I could say I'm not, like the Jester Classic. I just think the Jester Classic, they didn't go full out on. They gave us PS3 seats. They didn't even, like some cars, you know, you'll take them in LSC and you could put a certain roll cage in and get the Benny's body kit. Or, I mean, not body kits, but get the Benny's racing seats, you know, like the Sparkos, you know, in-game version of Sparko and all that. You could, like, I think the Silvestra is one of those examples, and I think that's based off the old Skyline. I could be wrong though. But yeah, that car, I mean, you could change the seats, and there's a few others. Whereas the Supra, all they did was give it the simple red PS3 racing seats, and those seats are so shitty. They look like you ordered two eBay racing seats. Like, they're not, you know what I mean? They don't resemble anything like this. They don't have the harnesses. It's just a full seat, like, from eBay. Like, come on, how's the Supra? Why does it have eBay seats? And then you can't do it's identical interior as this, just bone stock. So, picture this, no light color, no Sparko, no gauges, none of that. That's it. That's all the Supra's interior is. They use the same interior for the Sultan RS, the regular Sultan, the Sentinel, you know, not the classic Sentinel, but the original Sentinel from PS3, the new BMW M3 body style. They used them all. The Jester Classic, the Elegy Retro, they all got the same interior. The only difference is when you customize, you can customize them all differently, and it looks cool. Whereas the Elegy, it looks unique, you know, got its own gauges, and you can still see it. You know what I mean? It looks good. It looks good. That's all that matters. You got the little Sparko steering wheel. Like, it looks nice, dude. I enjoy driving in first person in this car. The Jester Classic, I am barely ever in first person. I'm always in third because I think they pretty much nailed the looks on the Jester Classic, I think, as far as outside visuals go. You know, they did good enough for me. I mean, I'm not too picky. I just think the interior is total shit because it's stock. And if they would have gave it, like, you know, its own cool looking interior with already stock gauges and stuff, I wouldn't have complained. But they gave the stock PS3 interior. I mean, this interior that's an Elegy has been around since PS3, but being able to put these customizations in it totally make up for it, because it's all additions, and it looks cool, and these seats and the steering wheel, you know what I mean, everything. But the Supra, they have the PS3 interior, and there's no customization allowed. They have, you know, the PS3 seats even. If you want to put custom seats in it, they just have the regular seats that you could throw in the original Sultan, the little red racing seats that suck. You know what I mean? It's all bullshit. I just can't believe that they would actually do that to the Supra, but it is what it is. And they just got lazy, and you could tell. You know, time shows. And they didn't put much time into it. But anyways, this is my full review on the Elegy Retro. I love it a lot. I hope other people enjoy it just as much as me for what it is. If you're a car enthusiast, and this review had to be made, it did. It had to. And I took so much time on it. I probably covered the same shit twice. But when you're really into something, that's just what you do. Sometimes you keep talking and talking about it, and that's exactly what I just did. I kept talking about the damn Elegy. But it's be a boy. Hope you enjoyed this video. Signing out. Peace. I'd appreciate a subscribe and a like. That's all I ask for my time, my content. Peace. Thank you, all my supporters and subscribers.